I remember when I had the realization that if I start now on any big goal, for example, maybe it's Quran memorization, by 10 years, I can probably get it. And I also realized that by 10 years, I'm still going to be young. Like, I'm only 16 now. So 10 years, I'll be 26. And 26, I'm still young. So I'll still be young and I'll accomplish this amazing feat. And this is something that even Bill Gates said. I mean, he said that most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year. They brutally underestimate what they can do in 10. And this style of thinking, honestly, it made a massive impact in my life. And I want you to think of this as well. Like, think of what you could do in 10 years. Even 5 years, right? But I want you to think, and if you really understand it, you'll realize that your potential is way higher than you first thought. Now, unfortunately, if you look around, maybe your friends or your peers or the people you go to school with, you see they don't really have ambition. And this is not saying anybody's bad for it, or I'm not trying to attack anybody, but it's clear, right? Their goals are not really that high. And nowadays, advice is being propagated that's saying, don't follow your dreams because that's impractical. You won't get it, right? It's too difficult to do that. And honestly, it's as if the modern world is trying to strip you of your ambition and it's trying to strip you of your desire to make an impact, to make a change. And this is a desire that every single man has. Maybe you don't want to be ultra famous and change the world, but you at least want to change the people around you and you want to help the world. So I was thinking, like, why? Why are so many people unambitious? Why do people not care? Why does it feel like the modern world is stripping away ambition from young people? Well, honestly, this is just one of many aspects of the modern world, and with, the feminizing of men and all of that stuff I'm not going to get into, but you probably already have some idea of, what I'm talking about. But the unfortunate truth is the modern world really doesn't want to see you having a massive positive impact on the world. I mean, think about the most popular people. Think about like popular streamers or musicians or any of these influencers. The people who get the most popular are the ones who propagate the most haram, the most women, the most music, and, the most bad messages. And now think about the people who are actually sending good messages out into the world. These people, like maybe you could think of Andrew Tate or even Islamic figures, right? These people get shut down by mass media. So now we're in this predicament. Like, what should you do? Should you try and follow your dreams, or should you just follow the advice that media is going to tell you? Well, honestly, I want you to remember that we are Muslims. So we are actually unique in this. And we have a super powerful tool that you probably didn't even realize. That is, we have access to dua and we have access to Allah. I mean, really think about it. A lot of people don't even realize this, but Allah can literally give you anything you want. Like, anything at all. $1 billion tomorrow, as soon as you wake up, Allah is capable of that. So I want you to understand there's literally no limit to Allah. You can make dua for $1 million or you can make dua for $1 billion, but it's all the same to Allah. Allah still has the power to give you 1 million or 1 billion or 1 trillion. Like, it doesn't matter. So realizing this, I thought, like, there's no point in making small dua, because if Allah can give you $1 million, Allah can give you $1 billion. Why would you ask for something less? Because it's the same to Allah if you ask for more or ask for less. And this is a mistake people actually make a lot when making dua, is that they don't actually make dua for the thing they really want. They don't make big enough dua. But really, this is completely wrong. You should be making dua for the best possible scenario always. And not only that, but you should be making dua 24/7. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said to make dua to Allah even for the lace of a shoe. Look, bro, this is life-changing advice, because if you have tawakkul in Allah, meaning trust in Allah, you'll understand that your dua is guaranteed. Like, as long as you believe it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Don't ever make a dua thinking you're never going to get it. Even if you make dua to become a billionaire or make dua to become the greatest alim in the world or whatever, don't think it's not going to happen, because Allah has that capability. If you think it's not going to happen, you're basically limiting Allah. You're saying, Allah can't give me this. But of course, that's not in Allah's nature. Allah's nature is that He can give you absolutely anything He wants. So when we think about following your dreams or dreaming bigger, bro, we literally have dua. We have Allah on our side, meaning you could go as high as possible. There's no limits to what you can ask for, and there's no limits to what you can dream for. So you might as well dream big, right? And so imagine, we Muslims have this overpowered tool. Like, imagine you had a telephone, and anytime you called it, you could just ask for whatever you want, and you could get it. And of course, with dua, you're going to have to be patient. Maybe you're not going to get it right away. And of course, there's these other stipulations. But in general, you could ask Allah for anything, and Allah is going to give it to you as long as it's good for you. And people are not using this enough. Like, this is a cheat code. This is putting life on easy mode. As long as you spam dua, why are you not using it 24/7? People should be spamming dua as much as possible, in sujood, just walking, just in general. When it comes to thinking bigger, I want you to look at your goals. Hopefully you have goals, but if you have goals already, then think bigger with them. I want you to realize that in 5 to 10 years, you'll be able to accomplish massive things. Like, just imagine memorizing the Quran in 5 years. That's realistic, right? It's easy. You could probably do a little bit every day and get it done within 5 years. And if not 5 years, 10 years. That would make it really easy on you. But even if it took 5 years for you, you'd still be able to do it, and it would still change your life. And it would only be 5 years, right? You live very long, so 5 years, it's not going to be a massive amount of time. So a lot of people don't look at it this way, but if you just look at it mathematically, you hold so much power and you hold so much potential. Like, imagine how many goals you could set and you could achieve that are massive just because of how many decades you have in your life. And that example was with the Quran, but imagine any other realm. Imagine realm like knowledge or fitness or a business. Like, just think to yourself, if you stuck with a business for 10 years, what are the chances that you'd make $0? You could have like 10 IQ and you'd still be able to make a lot of money if you just stuck with one business for 10 years. Now, I don't know why more people don't realize this, because it's like they don't care about trying to improve themselves or trying to accomplish something big. Like, I hope if you're watching this, you want to at least have some positive impact on the world. And if you're anything like me and you actually want to change your life and accomplish very big goals and you're ambitious, then look towards yourself. Realize that you have infinite potential because you are connected with Allah. You have the access to dua, and dua is limitless. Allah is limitless. Allah can give you anything. So really, your potential is limitless. Now that you internalize this, the fact that you have infinite potential because you have access to Allah, now it's time to get to work. That's all I have for this video. Don't forget to not stop making dua to Allah. Check out Clean Islamic Sharia in the description. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.